Hello, this is Lesley from the Not Quite Enough Distance vlog. In my podcasting seat at the moment because I'm about to record a bit of podcast. How are we all? Thank you for all the response to last week's podcast vlog, especially all the information about the drumming groups and the bonfire societies and the background to the face painting and that sort of thing. I'm glad it was interesting to you. I found it interesting when I first found out about it. But essentially, we paint our faces because we can and we're all big kids. That's the real reason. I mean, it has this historical echo, but we're still doing it now because it's fun. That's as deep as we get. So I have another little bit of footage here to show you, nothing to do with drums, but something equally noisy. I was going to meet a family for a work appointment. And they wanted to meet at a local to them pub. They found that easier than being at home, which is absolutely fine. And this particular village, these chaps live on the village green. So I'd parked in the car park and I was just waiting for these guys to move before I walked around. I don't mess with geese. They are often very good guard animals, so I don't mess with them. They actually belong to the pub. I think there's a whip round in the village to keep them fed and looked after, but I think they belong to the pub, but they often live on the village green, so that was a bit of fun. Knitting wise, I have a little something here to show you, which is on its way in the post to my friend for her grandson, some little baby booties. They have a massively long cuff, but the hope is they'll stay on the lad's feet. So I will, I have some other baby things, not sure if I've shown you them, but I'll put them in the month end podcast for someone else, and all the details as ever will be in the month end do free. But aren't they sweet? Cute. Hello lovelies. I have some finished craft things to show you. Well, wonders never cease. I have a hoe. Yes, I'm making socks again. Well, these are actually slipper socks. And I had a message from Nikkie Knits, who very kindly offered me one of her patterns as a belated birthday gift. So thank you, Nikkie. And she had this DK worsted weight pattern. And I thought, the universe provides. I had been thinking of making some slipper socks for my sister-in-law. A few years ago we bought her some, and I checked with my brother-in-law that she still wears them, so this can be a Christmas gift. And you may be thinking, that's not a very practical colour, Les. But this is a woman who, with, at the time, 2 cats and 2 young sons, bought cream sofas, so she can cope with machine washable cream socks. So I've got one of them done, started the other, and I'm going to use a sock stop to make them non-stick, non-slip. Nikkie also suggests leather patches, but I've got sock stop, so I'm going to use that. So yes, one down, knitted really quickly. This is fingering weight used double. And you may recognise these sort of colours because the last socks I made for myself were grey and pink. It's a different grey, but it's the same pink. So I've got the second one on the go. I'm down to about here on the second one, I think, at the moment. And I will put all the details into the month end podcast, as usual, including all Nikkie's links for her patterns and for her podcast. So these are the Northern Socks by Nikkie Knits. And full details to follow when the second one is done, so that should be by month end. There's another finished object as well, and if you're on Instagram you've possibly seen this. I have finished the ritual shawl. So this is the ritual shawl by Mars of Hey Brownberry, and I am very happy with that. It's mostly made out of hand spun yarn. Where you've got plain white, that was some commercial yarn that I just put in to break it up. I didn't think I'd have enough yarn, of course. I actually had some left over, so I misjudged that a little. But it's okay, that will go into something else. Yeah, so Got this lovely lace edge, which has been pinning out on my spare bed for the last few days to give it a nice pointy edge. And I'm very happy with this. It's a really straightforward pattern, very adaptable. I modified it. I added that extra piece in at the base, which I really didn't need to do. I'll talk about it all at month end. But like I say, the Ritual Shawl by Mars of Hay Brownbury, made out of assorted hand spun. So we've got stuff here from Witchcrafty Lady, from Needle and Thread, and from Demelza's Delights. And I am very happy. It's bright and sunny. You know, we're going into winter, so I've got something bright, sunny, rainbow. Couldn't be happier. Gotta love a rainbow. So that's that. And I will, like I say, do all the details at month end with the amount of yarn I used and all of that shenanigans. So it's Thursday, but I'm going to call it here for this week. Very busy with work again, lots to do. That was a rubbish attempt at folding that, wasn't it? I'm going to put it on a hanger later and take some photographs of it. So yeah, it's been busy. I have lived in the town where I live for however many years it is, since 1986. I'm not going to do the maths. What's that, 35, something like that? Oh, sticky up hair, that's nice. And I've lived in various bits of the town. But I took in a view the other day when I went to visit a family that I'd never seen from that angle before. So I put the footage in. And it was just lovely. The fact that it was a bright day certainly helped. I'd driven up this road, part of this road before, and then turned round and gone back the other way. But this is if you keep going on this particular road. And this view I just thought was rather nice. So I'm sharing it with you, lovelies. And it just shows that you can be somewhere a long time and think you know it pretty well, but then something comes along to give you a lovely surprise. So that was a nice moment. I think that's it for this week. This weekend, my office has got to become a spare room this weekend. We've got himself's brother and one of his friends staying here because they're going to a beer festival. Oh, that's going to be pleasant, isn't it? So basically there's going to be a lot of beer and curry. I am not going to the beer festival. And yeah, just not. So one of them will be sleeping in our spare room and the other one will be sleeping on the futon, which is not I normally sit on for podcasting. It is actually a futon, so I can open it out and it will become the second spare bed. So I'm going to have to give up my office for a couple of days. I don't wanna, but it's fine. I just don't want to. Yeah, so they've got that this weekend. Then himself is going away overnight. He's going to a wedding. It's a chap he used to work with. And actually, himself has been asked to be the best man. So I keep saying, have you written your speech yet? Have you written your speech yet? It's a very small, low-key wedding. I was invited as well, but logistics are such that I'm not able to go. So, and given where the reception is, he doesn't know how suitable it will be to have a best man speech because it's in a restaurant, but as far as he knows, they're not booking out the whole restaurant, so there'll be other people there. So he's thinking, you know, a toast, but not a speech. If he does write something, he'll write it on the train on his way, because when we got married, he wrote his wedding speech the day before, the evening before. Yeah, that's lastminute.com. So, so that's this coming week. And time moves on apace. So I think that's it for this week. So thank you all for being here. Thank you again for all your comments and for getting in touch. You know, I love to hear from you gorgeous people. And I will see you again next week. Take care and thanks ever so much. Bye-bye.